go live to Israel now. Israel's Defence Force International Spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus. Thanks so much for your time, Jonathan, once again. First of all,
thank you for having me.
At the top of this hour, we brought some horrific news to our viewers, and they are the reports coming out of the kibbutz Kfar Aza about the discovery of the bodies of 40 babies and young children. What can you tell us about that?
Indeed, what happened in Kfar Aza, a small, beautiful community that I've been to many times, and I have friends in that community, just like kibbutz Be'eri, which is not so far from it. These are two of the communities that were perhaps the hardest hit. There were more than 100 casualties in Be'eri, more than 100 dead Israeli bodies in Be'eri. And in Kfar Aza, today, international media were able to get in and show the world the atrocities that happened there at the hands of these Hamas murderers. The pictures are sickening. I mean, I've been around military business for many years, and I've seen my share of things that I would rather not have seen. Nothing could prepare a person to see what the sights of kibbutz Kfar Aza, bodies scattered everywhere, torched houses, burned vehicles, everything looted and destroyed. A community that was a vibrant home for many lovely, peace-loving, gentle Israelis became just something out of an apocalypse movie. It's beyond our ability to comprehend.
Is there anything you can tell us about the babies from an official military point of view?
Yes, I have heard the reports. I have been chilled by the reports claiming that Hamas beheaded babies. At this stage, I cannot confirm it. I have heard people say it. I cannot confirm it officially. Sadly, I don't think it would be beneath them to do even such monstrosity, but at this stage, I cannot confirm it.
Okay, Jonathan, thank you for that. In the last couple of hours, we have seen reports of Hamas militants continue to breach the border, or perhaps still operating inside Israel. Can you confirm that?
Yes, I can. Southern Israel is still quite an active front of activity. A few hours ago, terrorists infiltrated into Israel using gliders or Buckeyes, basically a set of parachute wings with an engine behind, and they were able to penetrate into Israel. They were met by Israeli troops and were rather swiftly neutralized. And there were reports of a similar incident in another community called Mefalsim, another small community in southern Israel. So it's very much still an active combat area. We have indeed reinforced the area significantly with troops. That is probably why there's reports of incidents, but there are not a lot of Israeli casualties because the area is saturated with Israeli troops. And we have enhanced our troops along the border as well, because there were lots of breaches and openings in the fence. We have plugged those openings and we are guarding them with soldiers and tanks, and we've done earthworks in order to make sure that that area is not open anymore. But whenever night comes, that's a good opportunity to try to infiltrate. And it seems as if Hamas and the Islamic Jihad are extremely committed to trying to get into Israel and kill as many Israelis as possible.
We have seen missiles being launched from, it appears, Syria and Lebanon in the early hours of this morning, your time. What can you tell us about that? Are they significant incursions?
Well, you see, at this time, we have 3 or actually 4 active fronts or theaters of operations. We spoke about the Gazan front. There have been clashes and attacks by Palestinian terrorists in Judea and Samaria. Some of you may refer to it as the West Bank, specifically from Jenin, and clashes between Palestinians and Israelis there. There have been rockets and anti-tank missiles, as well as infiltration attempts from the Lebanese border, Hezbollah and the Islamic Jihad. And there have been rockets fired at Israel from Syria. It is still unclear if it is Syrian forces, if it is Hezbollah deployed in Syria, or if it is one of the many Iranian militias that are inside Syria that may be responsible for the fire. We responded to the fire with artillery and precise fire of our own. And as of now, the last few hours, there's a quiet and tense calm. We are very vigilant along all of our borders, north, central, and south. And it is an unprecedented time in Israel, not only in terms of the casualties, the atrocities, the abducted Israelis, but also the fact that we have active fronts of fighting in 3 different geographical areas against various enemies.
And Jonathan, before I let you go, do you have an update on how many troops are in operation, in active duty right now, and what of the hostages that have been taken into Gaza?
Well, I can tell you this. We have mobilized more than 360,000 reserve troops. Most of them, around 300,000, have been deployed in southern Israel. And I'm talking about infantry, armor, artillery, combat engineers, and combat intelligence forces that are now being task forced and preparing for their missions in the south. We have also deployed additional reserve forces up north. And as I said, we are vigilant there. So it is quite a significant call up of forces. Actually, it is the highest amount of troops that Israel has called up in 48 hours. Never before in our history, not in Yom Kippur and before that, did we call up so many troops in such a short time. And they're being task forced now, getting ready for their missions. And the primary mission will be to make sure that Hamas won't have any military capabilities at the day that this war ends.
Jonathan Conricus, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.